Und damit willkommen zu The Dragon Cancer. Wir sind anscheinend eine Ente. Im Schwimmen.
Oh, don't touch the birds. No. Don't touch the birds. No, they're gross. Yuck. Okay. Did you see that one almost bit him? No. Hold on. Hey. Careful. Here. Here's some more. No. Go.
Oh, good job.
Come on.
Look, he's getting yours. Oh, guys, give Joel some bread.
Mom, he threw the whole piece.
Well, Isaac, you gotta give him little pieces. He doesn't understand. Here you go, Joel. Here's a piece. Okay, no, you throw it.
Joel's almost 5, right?
Yeah.
Mom? But he can't talk.
It's true.
Yeah.
Numinous can talk.
Yeah, I know.
Why can't Joel?
Well, Joel got sick right after he turned 1.
Kind of slowed him down a little bit, buddy.
Yeah. So he's just slower than most kids. I think eventually he'll catch up.
You think Joel will read?
Yeah, I think Joel will read eventually.
Well, Isaac, of course. He's just delayed. Because,
Yeah.
Joel's supposed to be a boy. But he's a baby. He's a boy baby.
Yep, he's a boy baby. That's just about right. You know, there's lots of things Joel isn't good at, but there's some things he is good at. What is he good at?
He's eating, laughing.
Yeah.
I'm good at making him laugh.
You are good at making him laugh. How do you make him laugh?
I fall down.
Yeah. It's really funny when you fall down.
He's good at doing us what he loves.
Yeah. What does Joel love? Wawa. In cups and bathtubs. And the warm, wet tongues and the cool fur of Das. And give it a sweet was a daily affection. And bye-byes. And blown kisses. And more. Oh, always more. His full list of words. So few words.
Is it time?
No, but very soon.
Do you think they know? Can they sense it?
None of them know.
No one ever realizes how short the time is.
Alter. Ganz im Ernst, ich weiß gerade nicht, was ich zu dem Spiel sagen soll. Aber vielleicht sind Worte ja auch das Falsche. Schauen wir mal den Baum an.
You won't understand.
They will with time.
You don't know that.
Entschuldigung, ab und zu nochmal Reizhusten. Gehen wir jetzt mal den Weg entlang.
What is pain without a word for it? What is hope without a word for it? Who is God? What is joy? Who am I to him? Dada.
Who's that? I was telling Caleb that Joel's doing really well.
Doing really well?
Yeah.
Real happy.
He's been very peaceful all afternoon.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know. Oh, I said say bye.
Who's that? I was telling Caleb that Joel's doing really well.
Doing really well?
Yeah.
Real happy.
He's been very peaceful all afternoon.
Good. Oh, it's a cute.
Oh, yeah.
Let me know. Oh, I said say bye.
Who's that? I was telling- That is a dog.
Okay, Joel. Ready? Set. Go.
Okay, she's laying on your leg. It's fine.
That is a dog.
Are you ready?
Lay down. Is your leg okay? She's laying on your leg. It's fine.
Here comes Joel. Ready? Set. Go.
Go!
Go. Okay, Joel. Ready? Set. Go.
Das ist
Here comes Joel. Go.
What do you think, Isaac? He's in a hospital, so they're taking care of him. And that's how he gets his food? His food goes through that too. Yeah. Yeah. You want to touch him? Yeah? Why don't you just pat his cheek, okay? Okay. Pat his cheek. Yes. See? It's Jolly.
boah, wie,
Yeah. You want to touch him, Caleb? No. Okay. You can just pat his head over here if you want. What do you think, Isaac? He's
Ja,
in
das ist
the
ein Busch.
hospital, so they're taking care of him, and that's how he gets his food. His food goes through that too. Yeah. Yeah. You want to touch him? Yeah.
Okay, wir haben irgendwas bei der Schaukel übersehen. Ja, so ist das fein, oder? Ich weiß auch nicht, was ich gerade noch machen soll hier. Vielleicht können wir irgendwas beim Vater machen. Oder kann ich da noch was machen? Oh, tatsächlich.
Hey babe, just got done at the doctor. Now they think that maybe he's throwing up all the time because he has acid reflux. So they gave me a medication and we can give it to Joel, and they said we have to give it at least 3 full days, but that if he's still throwing up after that we can come back. And I mentioned the head tilt thing again, even though they keep saying it's not related, but you always have to mention that one weird outlying thing. So I told them how his head was tilted to the right, but they still say that that's probably not related at all. So I guess we'll just give this a try, and I don't know, I'll tell you more about it when you get home.
Okay.
Fear is cancer's preservative, cancer's embalming oil. And you, O accuser, are fear's oil salesman. You're a snake, a serpent, a dragon with snuffed out coal on his breath, molten, and talons broken from the struggle to free yourself of your own skin.
The Dragon Cancer. Das ist das Krankenhaus, oder? Alter. On hospital time.
Hey, do you want to rock?
Boah, das Schlimmste ist ja auch noch, dass man weiß, es sind echte Aufnahmen, nicht nachgespielte, es sind echte.
Okay, let's rock. There we go. Oh, shh, 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 shh.
Hey babe, I was just thinking, do you ever think maybe Joel can hear better than he's supposed to be able to? Because I know, like, it's supposed to be moderate to severe hearing loss, but sometimes, like today, he hears music playing before I do. So I saw him dancing, and I had to look around to hear that a song was playing. And I just don't, like, if his hearing loss is that bad, I can't imagine. I don't know, I just wonder about it. Anyway, call me later. Bye.
Was soll ich drücken? Was ist das? Steuern. Sag mir das doch einer. Alter, das Spiel macht mich fertig, ey. Ich konnte kannst die ganze Zeit steuern.
Oh, hey. I just wanted to take a shower. Is that okay? Are you okay with Joel? Okay, thanks.
Oh.
It's a real puppy.
Wants to grab it crazy.
It's a real puppy.
Yeah. Oh, dog.
Easy. Easy. Hey, easy, Axel. Isn't that funny? Isn't that goofy? Yeah. He snatches it out of your hand.
Der Hund macht komische Geräusche.
What you guys do?
Get his toy.
Teach you how to say Axel. The doggy? Yeah, you got a hair right there, bud. What is that? Lick it. Lick it. You got the puppy. You got the puppy. We're just gonna teach you how to say Axel. The doggy? Yeah, you got a hair right there, bud. What is that?
Herein. Alter, doch nicht so langsam. Nicht so langsam wie ein Horrorspiel, ey. Aber von Horrorspielen sind wir weit entfernt. Ich halte lieber meine Klappe. Alter. End of the treatment party. Warte, bring mich kurz einmal drin, damit meine Maus wieder im Bild ist. Bild ist irgendwie traurig und verstörend zugleich. Also, finde ich. Das ist trotzdem noch mega langsam. Okay, ich sollte mich vielleicht anders umgucken. Okay, wir können daher. Wir haben echt viel zum Angucken. Amy.
Hey honey, we're on our way home from the hospital now. So if you wanted to preheat the oven starting in about 30 minutes, that would work and we could throw in that lasagna. Do you know how they celebrate off-treatment day, like when kids are done with their treatments? I guess maybe you don't because you're not in the clinic as much as I am, but on someone's last day, they always bring them a cake and they sing happy off therapy day to you. Anyway, that happened today. I mean, it happens a lot, but today I cried. I just wanted that day so bad, you know? I just like, we're not ever gonna get that day. If he's better, we won't know that he's better. We don't get a day. Anyway, okay, call me if you can. Like, there's probably traffic, so I could talk on my way home. All right, bye.
Von mir.
How long is it going to be before we can have some answers? Did anyone ask the doctor?
Okay, is it just the doctor on call, or is this our doctor? Well, because the on-call doctor is just a resident.
Is there a way we could talk to our doctor? It just seemed like yesterday in clinic they were going
Who canceled the treatment?
Isn't it dangerous for him not to get it? I thought he needed it.
I know you're just doing what you're saying, but can I just talk to the doctor?
Ich könnte mich irren, da war noch vorher ein Bild drin. Oder spinne ich jetzt? Da war da ein Bild drin. Alles klar, die Tür ist weg. Rotes Licht ist nie gut. Nicht im Krankenhaus. Was habe ich da aktiviert?
Hey, it's you again. I love you, my friend. This is my favorite game. Do you want to see? Watch how I started. You touch it right here, then the big lion comes. You know a scary lion? It's so loud. I can roar just like him. Yeah, hear me roar? Roar! Don't be afraid. You might want to cover your ears. Here comes the animals. Turtles is my favorite.
Ich weiß echt gerade nicht. Ich weiß weiß echt gerade nicht, was die von mir verlangen. What? Achso, ich habe die rote wieder aufgesammelt. Alter. Hab keine Angst. Ja. Denn die Geschichte hat gerade erst begonnen. Katie. Joel.
This terrible routine. Watching you, waiting for you to wake, hoping you will never remember these days of illness and treatment. One day, I'll bring you here, show you your tiny handprints on the wall, and you'll be annoyed that we all think of you as some big miracle. Cancer will be such a small part of all you could grow to be. You will tire of hearing about it. You won't want to see the cards and notes I saved. And I won't mind at all. I'll hold the memories of this hard day. You just leave it behind.
Ich vermisse dich, Rachel. Jo. Das sind alles Karten, die man sich angucken kann. Sogar auf anderen Sprachen. Ich werde mir jetzt nicht alle angucken. Das sind echt alles Karten. Das würde ja ewig dauern. Das würde ja echt ewig dauern, sich alles hier durchzugucken. Echt nur für die Karten. Fly me to the moon. Alter. I'm sorry, girl. It's not good.
First thing in the morning, the horse checks his email. I've now gotten mail. Farmer Bill plays fetch with the pigs. Farmer Bill plays hide and seek with the cows. In the winter, Farmer Bill plays hockey on the pond with the ducks. Farmer Bill always wins, but the ducks perform mightily.
Sowas habe ich nie besessen.
The horses invented a new scripting language called Equiscript.
Wait, sagt er was
Those
anderes?
mischievous pigs are napping on Farmer Bill's couch. Farmer Bill owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Farmer Bill separates the sheep from the goats. Sheep go to heaven. Goats go to town.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
Die saßen eben noch nicht hier. Ich will's gar nicht, kann ich weiterspielen?
And there it is. They get it now.
They've always been.
Sometimes I wish we could just leave them waiting a few more minutes, because once they get this news, their life never goes back to how it was before.
Well, it's in the frontal.
Those were their last normal minutes, and they didn't even know it. I'm glad he's so good at this. He takes the losses so personally. Joel's looking good. He's been making progress, his weight is up, but it's just hard to believe that we only made it halfway through chemotherapy. It was rough at first, but I really started to think that he was gonna make it.
Any recurrence means the chemotherapy has failed. This is a tragedy. With an ATRT, as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It's only a matter of time before it spreads to several locations. We've already thrown all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give him chemotherapy that we know it's resistant to, so there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
I guess I'm going to cry after all because they love us. And they love Joel, and
we're very good at managing the pain and masking symptoms at the end of life.
Oh
miracles are
How
scary.
long are we talking about?
A few weeks to maybe 4 months.
Alter. Ich kann nur 2 hier wahrscheinlich anhören.
So, the radiation would buy us some time.
No, nothing will really buy us any time at this point. It just can make the time you have left more comfortable. So, we'll schedule you to come back in Monday, and we'll have some options for you to consider. We're so sorry.
Alter, das ist so ein beschissener Satz. Die restliche Zeit so komfortabel wie möglich machen.
In the movie, I'd be kicking things and throwing chairs through windows. Amy would be sobbing and back against the wall, slowly falling. I should be yelling. Why am I not yelling?
Thank you. That means a lot.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, guys. It's not good.
The MRI?
They've always been clear! Joe's had a recurrence of his tumor. Where is it? How big is it? Well, it's in the frontal cortex. And it's quite small at this point. But unfortunately, the size is terribly important. Any recurrence means the chemotherapy is failed. This is a tragedy. With an HCRC, as soon as you have a recurrence of any kind, it is fatal. It is only a matter of time before it spreads to several locations. We have already seen all the chemotherapy we have at it. We can't continue to give chemotherapy that we know is resistant to. So there just aren't any treatment options that are curative.
We're very good at end-of-life care. Very good at managing pain and masking symptoms. At the
Nein!
end of life. How long are we talking about?
A few weeks.
I have so many things stirring around in my spirit that I have to write to settle myself and find God's wisdom in the midst of chaos. I'm scared I won't be strong enough to face the things we might have to face in the coming weeks and months. But then I remember how much grace God gave us to walk out everything we've already faced. I've never felt completely overwhelmed, and I've never felt alone. So no matter what comes next, and I truly cannot even begin to guess how this will go, I know we will be cured. I want to shout out, look what God is about to do. Watch how he delivers Joel. And at the same time, I want to roll up in a silent ball and wait it out with fear and trembling, so aware of all my doubt, but yet convinced that my doubt is insignificant compared to God's.
Guys, are you ready for bed?
Joel, lay down. Okay. Should we do a song?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, big boys, why don't you come in here and we'll sing the littles a lullaby.
I'm tired.
I know, it's bedtime. Ugh, okay. Elijah, lay down.
Babe, did you even check in his mouth?
Joel, no.
Joel has chicken stuffed in his cheeks from dinner.
Get out, that is so disgusting.
Been in there for the last 2 hours. Okay, hold on, I'm trying. Joel, ouch! Stop.
Did he just bite you?
Yeah, I think he like just put too much in his mouth so he can't.
He was just saving it for later, babe. Like he needed a midnight snack.
Hey, the little chipmunk.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Bigger version.
A big version of a little chipmunk. Do you guys remember when he couldn't even eat any solids and because he couldn't swallow? Do you remember that from the surgery? How it hurt his ability to swallow, so we had to give him bottles?
Yeah, I remember one time we had pizza, so he chewed it all up and then spat it out everywhere.
It's so gross.
What? I remember that. That was so gross. But he just wanted to try things so bad. He wanted to taste them. He wanted to be like you guys. Because you got to taste foods. He loved to eat, and I remember all I wanted was for him to be able to kind of eat like a normal kid and have normal things. I thought he'd never be able to swallow normal food. But then he did.
And now he eats everything.
Everything. Like he eats pizza and pretzels and chicken.
And fingers. He's trying to.
He's eating dad's fingers.
Ow, Joel! God! Stop!
Okay.
And penguins.
Okay.
Hurts.
Settle down. Come here. Let's sing a song. Okay. What should we sing, Isaac?
When you will.
Okay.
Cause I like it.
Yeah. Hey. You guys, I love to have fun with you.
Trying to get the littles to
But
go to
at
sleep.
bedtime, every time, Elijah, lay down. When you guys get real silly, then they try to get silly too. So instead, will we be calming? Will you kind of just help me sing to them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When the sun is setting, we know, lay that down, it's done. We laughed and played together, and we've had so much fun. Now close your eyes. I'll sing you a lullaby. Just close your eyes. Encourage them and listen to this lullaby. Even though you're tired, it's
Sind die jetzt die ganze Zeit?
hard to say goodnight. So I will tuck you
Ich hoffe nicht.
in your bed and kiss and hug you tight. Now close your eyes. I'll sing you a lullaby. Just close your eyes and listen to this lullaby.
Alright, go to bed.
Tell the boys good night. Give them kisses.
Did you brush your teeth?
Yay!
Da muss ich wohl jetzt ins Bett gehen. Jetzt sag nicht, ich hätte die ganze... Okay. Ach, ich kann entfliehen. Okay. Ich habe die Pfötchen nie. Nicht gesehen?
We've been through so much already. This is a new degree of tragedy, but it's not so much different from the struggle we've already been living. We pressed into God. We pressed into faith. We fought until we found peace. We stood in peace when our flesh wanted to strive more. We stood in peace when it started to feel like laziness or foolishness or both. We waited for God to direct us specifically in prayer because all the directions we had initiated had not panned out. We prayed for no nausea because that's what we felt in our spirits we were supposed to pray, even though we'd prayed it countless times before while Joel continued to vomit. We saw one small miracle, and then another. We waited to pray specific things until we were given specific direction, and we saw bigger miracles. And yet, if you asked either of us if we were doing enough, trying hard enough, we would say no.
Dear Eli, I feel nothing but pride for the way you battled cancer. I remember the way you learned to ride your tricycle down the hospital hallway instead of down the sidewalk like other 3-year-olds. It was hard for me to pray to God, "Thy will be done," when I really just wanted so desperately for him to heal you. In the 4.5 years that you dealt with harsh treatments, only once did you ask why God let you get cancer. I hope he has been able to explain the why to you, as I have always believed that he knew how strong you were and wanted to use you and your situation to positively impact so many lives. I remember how you never let me go to bed without telling me that you loved me and how those were your very last words to me. You taught me what was truly important in life, son. Still now, years after you left Earth, people are impacted by your life and the lessons you taught us. Thousands of people from around the world read your blog and still feel such a strong connection to you, even though they never met you in person.
So, how long will we be in California?
I don't actually know. That's kind of why we're packing up everything, is because if the trial works really well, then maybe we'll stay in California for a really long time. Like, as long as it keeps helping Joel, then we want to stay and do the best we can for him and stay there where he's getting help. But if the medicine starts to not work, as soon as it's not helping him, I promise we'll come back home.
Are we going to Disneyland?
Yeah, of course. What do you think, Caleb? You okay with leaving for so long?
I'm kind of excited,
Da ist ein Brief.
but I'm kind of not. I mean, I think it'll be fun, but I just don't like missing school.
Oh, yeah.
You're the only 8-year-old to ever. That's amazing.
I hate to miss school, huh? But, like, why?
Well, I just hate having all that homework that I have to do.
Oh, you hate catching up from missing school.
Your teachers are going to send me homework, and we'll just try to do a little bit of it every day, so it won't be that bad, but there'll still be fun stuff we can
How
do.
many kids get to go on an adventure to California in the middle of the school year? That's pretty cool. And we're going to be staying in the middle of San Francisco. We're going to park, and there's a museum, and there's a botanic garden, and there's the Golden Gate Bridge, and water, and a prison, and I promise not to leave you in the prison.
Alcatraz.
Hopefully we can get out of that. Cool.
Alcatraz.
So we're gonna have lots of fun, and we're gonna spend lots of time as a family together, and lots of time with Joel too. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad trip, even though it's fun. Yay.
Yeah. Yay. And sad. It's kind of all of those things, huh? Is it all the things, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see Joel, you know, like needing so much help.
I think, like, for me, sometimes I'm kind of excited, and sometimes I'm kind of sad, and I just kind of feel all of that, so it's okay if you guys feel all of that too, because I feel all those things.
Ich weiß leider auch nicht, in welchem Kapitel wir sind. Oh, das war's. Okay. Ich hätte die ganze Schalter hinklicken können. Sind das alles Nachrichten? Wer soll die denn alle lesen?
I remember the day I was diagnosed. I remember the hallucinations from the high fever of 5-year-old's nightmares. I remember my mother silently weeping in the doctor's office. I remember friends and family gathered around my hospital bed in prayer. I remember the 2-hour ambulance ride to St. Jude where they could better care for me. I remember the 2.5 years of weekly chemo treatments, the numerous lumbar punctures and bone marrow aspirates. I remember Doctors Bell, Dahl, and Kalvinsky, nurses Jean, Judy, and Dale, Miss Chris in social work, Darlene in travel, all part of the team that cared for me. I am a walking memorial to their successes. I remember the other patients I'd see each time I went to the hospital for chemo. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. I remember the years of summer camp for children with cancer, children like me. I remember their laughter and the midnight talks of fears and joys, normal kid stuff. Some less so. I remember when some stopped coming. I knew what that meant. But I remember them. I am, and other survivors are, memorials to those who lost their fights.
Okay. Lass mich raten, jetzt Kommode. Doch nicht?
Oh, her expectation is so maddening sometimes. You know what she wrote on the eve of Joel's first surgery? The one back in January when we first found the tumor? I seriously feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I'm pleading for God to spare his life, and I'm tempted to despair because self-inspection leads me to conclude I shouldn't expect much of anything. And yet my wife is expecting a surprise party from the Lord, replete with presents and supernatural miracles. I envy her.
Oh, Idiot, da waren noch 2 Zettel.
Hop in bed, boys. Let's go.
Boys, get in bed.
Oh, can you at least tell us a story?
Sure.
Okay. This is the story of a very brave knight named Joel.
Joel the baby knight?
Yes, Joel the baby knight. But he's also Joel the very brave knight. And he was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
Because of his tumor? Where does the dragon live?
In a forest.
Is the dragon big?
Very big.
Does the dragon breathe fire?
So much fire, you guys.
Wieso ist denn das jetzt Vollbild?
So, Joel has armor, like a sword and a shield and stuff? Ooh, or maybe a spear?
Yeah, that sounds good. So brave Sir Joel with his sword and his shield and his awesome spear and his super jumping ability. was being chased by a dragon named Cancer.
What other superpowers does he have?
He also has grace.
That's not a superpower.
It's the best superpower.
Do you guys know what grace means?
Yeah, it's kind of like help.
Yeah, it's kind of like help. No, and he's not the only one who's ever tried to fight this dragon. Some very brave knights have fought this dragon and lost. And some are able to drive the dragon off, and they can go home and they can quit fighting for a while. In the kingdom.
Nein!
Joel's been fighting this dragon for a long time, huh?
A long time.
Kriege ich bitte eine neue?
But Joel found a nice empty cave where he could rest. And it seemed like the dragon couldn't find him. But just when he thought that the danger was past, the dragon found his hiding spot and came after him in the cave.
Well, that dragon's going to kill Joel. Joel's going to lose.
Why do you say that?
Because Joel is just a baby. Babies can't kill dragons.
You're right. A baby can't kill a dragon. But that's the best part of the story. God fights for Joel. So he fights that dragon Cancer right with Joel. And we know that God can win even if Joel can't. That's
Rüstung, ja! Doppel-O! Stirb, 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 stirb.
Well, what about Tim from Church Mom? He died from cancer. Wasn't God fighting for him? Didn't he have him?
Oh, God fought for Tim.
Nein!
So well. He was so brave, so strong.
Jetzt stirb doch!
It may have seemed like the dragon won because Tim died. We know that Tim's in heaven, that he's with God, that God is so proud of him. So maybe for Tim getting to be done fighting monsters.
Was muss ich machen? Drachen, ey. Ich hasse Drachen. Ah, wir sind wieder hier. Das ist doch... Ich raste gleich aus, ey, ohne Spaß. Das raubt einen so aus diesem Feeling raus.
Ryan! Oh, Ryan, get in the boat.
I can't.
You have to, you'll drown.
We're already drowning. How can you sit there like that?
Despair doesn't help anything.
Neither does false hope. And I'm not despairing.
How can you say false hope? You're drowning!
Well, you're missing your oars! And you don't even know where you're going. And yet you're so sure you're gonna get there.
It's better than drowning.
Well, enjoy floating on the surface like you always do.
There's nothing deep about drowning. Just get in the boat.
You have to let me feel this! Someone has to.
That's not fair. I love him as much as you do. I just really believe we're going to be okay. I'm sure my expectation looks like denial, but seeing Joel dying does not make me any less certain that he will be healed. In some ways, I feel more certain, not because the same doubts don't come to me, but because I know that they will not be entertained much longer, because this chapter is almost finished, and we will have an ending one way or the other. So the doubts and fears that make me reaffirm that even if I'm wrong, this is where I stand, become less and less powerful.
Ist der Vater jetzt wirklich gerade ertrunken?
People's conciliatory words of comfort meant to reassure us and help us accept Joel's death don't sit well with me. They aren't offensive because I know the heart behind them is good, but they are weak words because it's so obvious to me that death is the given. I don't have to work to be ready for it or accept it. It is coming whether I would accept it or not. It has been coming slowly for so long. I don't have to work to understand that Joel is dying. It is obvious. Heaven is amazing. And so I'm not worried about death. It will come regardless of where I stand and wait. But now, death is circling close enough for redemption to finally feel closer. This is the part of the story where a daring rescue can thwart Death's intentions just in time, perhaps when it looks like it's already too late. I want to watch for that. I don't need to focus my eyes on Death, studying it in its slow progression. Its course is already clear. But there is a glory that is coming, and its journey to us is wild and quick and frightening, and I want to be watching for that glory. I want to stand trembling in awe before God and His power. Not sure that this thing that we've asked for is something we can quite manage, but trying anyway. Death is the given. But the life that is possible now for Joel, the miracle that could come now that death is so close, is something worth pursuing, worth risking everything to see with my own eyes.
Wie gesagt, sorry fürs Husten.
Huh. The sunset looks pretty from here. The orange glow cast on the wall. Better than the muted colors of this hospital. I wonder why they choose blues and greens. They, the ones who choose the colors that heal. Green for life. Blue. For comfort. Purple stripes to hide the stains. This chair is too small and sticks to my skin. I hate vinyl. Blue, purple. The ocean, maybe? No, under the ocean. Silent, warm, and salty, like tears. He won't stop crying. I don't blame him. He feels miserable. I hate that we're here. I hate that he's sick. I just want him to feel better. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay, Jolie. Shh. Oh, don't throw your head, buddy. Don't. I hate this room. I didn't used to. For a moment it was an adventure. I was cast as the compassionate and caring father, holed up with his fragile son in a small cleft in the rocks. The storm raging, waves ripping at the sharp black rocks below, and enveloped in my arms, he feels safe, and I am holding him firmly, trying not to slip. Because if you hold tight enough, nothing will take him. Right? Here we go, bouncing around. Do you like that? Oh, I love it. A bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh, he won't stop crying. I'm hungry. I wonder if he's hungry. He's screaming louder. Buddy, don't you want juice? He hits the box. I don't catch it. He drinks it greedily. Big, deep gulps. Okay, Jolie, that's enough. Breathe, kiddo. And he does. And I wipe his face of snot and tears and juice. And then he vomits, and I catch it. I always catch it. I know you're thirsty, buddy, but you'll throw it up. No, don't grab too hard. You'll squirt all the juice out. Here, let me have it.
Ich wollte doch nicht mehr stehen. Alter, das ist doch...
It's so late, Joel. Lay down. I can't hold you. I can't make you feel better. Okay, buddy, okay. I'll hold you. Oh, Joel Bug, you look so miserable. No! Don't hit your head on the bars, Joel. Joel! I know you're mad. Please stop. Please. Stop. I shake. I weep. I pray. I plead. I need peace. I am empty. You are. I don't know that you are. You are there. I want you here. I want you to call my son. No. And you've brought us this far. He's still here, not dead, not there, with you. Oh God, I want him here with me. Please. Peace. He sleeps. Thank you.
There's a story in the Bible where Jesus and his disciples are on a boat. And a furious storm hits the sea, and everyone thinks they're gonna die. And where do you think Jesus is? Rowing alongside them? No. He's asleep. In the back of the boat. So his disciples are freaking out and wake him up, and they say, "Don't you care if we drown?" So Jesus gets up, and he says to the storm, "Quiet, be still." And the sea becomes completely calm. Then he asks his disciples why they are so scared, and if they have any faith at all. Like he was frustrated with them. Because even though Jesus said, "Let's go to the other side of the lake," his disciples thought he was going to just let them die.
Ich weiß, dass ich ein Let's Play mache und eigentlich auch reden sollte, aber ich weiß ehrlich gesagt nicht, was ich sagen soll.
Joel die? Everyone does eventually, I suppose.
They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves Joel. Yes, Jesus loves Joel. Yes, Jesus loves Joel. La 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 la. He loves Joel so much. Oh, he loves Joel. The Bible tells me so.
But more than that, if he does die, will Jesus even care? Will he weep for him as he did for Lazarus? Will he weep for me? I think greater than my fear of death is that of insignificance. Or rather, my default assumption is that my thoughts and passions and loves and the stuff of my being are insignificant. How could the creator of all that is and ever was love my son as he did Lazarus? And could my soul stranded on this blue raft awash in a sea of stars, ice, and dust matter enough to him to turn his hand in mercy? Even while Jesus wept for Lazarus. 5 minutes later, he raised Lazarus from the dead.
I'm sorry. I should have known we'd both end up in the same place. We always do. It just scares me every time. I just really believe he'll be healed. I know you believe too, just when you act like that, I get all unsure.
I don't know that.
What do you mean?
I just hope that. I don't know.
Die Musik ist seit langem das erste Fröhliche, was ich hier drin höre, Alter. Temple of God wird ein bisschen renoviert. Bevor ich in den Himmel kam, wie lange war es her, dass ich was gesagt habe? Hey, bleib dran.
Rise up.
Oh,
my
Lord, my
God,
God, let this boy's life return to him.
Muss ich alle überhaupt anzünden? Ist das überhaupt möglich? Also nicht, wenn die Anzeige jedes Mal verschwindet.
Rise up. My God, come save him.
Hallo. Jetzt im Ernst, ich raff's gerade echt nicht.
Unless you bless him. I will not let you go unless you bless him. I will not let you. I will not let you go unless you bless him. God, come save him.
Ich raff die Scheiße gerade echt nicht. Was muss ich denn machen?
And God, we would risk everything to say we want to see your glory. God, we want to see your fullness. We want to see everything you have. We don't want to settle for less than who we know you to be. And that is
Moment mal.
who is alive, yes,
Die beiden gehen nicht aus.
lives, yes, who has all of the love and all of the power that there is to have. And God, I just know that you
Jetzt gehen die beiden nicht mehr auf. Oh, doch.
And so, God, I just want to see you. And I want to see you not beyond. God, how does my heart be
Hä?
All we have is this fearless Oh, God, let this boy's life return to him. All I have is but I hope that you fulfill my
Das kann doch nicht so schwer sein. Da, bäm. Kerzen leuchten. Wieso geht der jetzt schon wieder da weg? Darf ich nicht mehr, oder was?
With all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith. We pray with all the strength, with all the faith that is in us, Lord. There is no time left for this child on this earth. And God, so we come to you, Lord, with faith of little children, with faith as small as a mustard seed. And Lord, we speak in the name of Jesus. Oh my God, let this child's soul come back to you.
He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
Aha. Das heißt?
He was not in the wind. He was not in the earthquake. He was not in the fire. He was here in a gentle whisper.
So here we are, and the air is emptier without his laugh, and yet our hearts are still full, though with a different drink. And this ride we've been on for so long is silent, and so also the Lord. And so we sit here in this new silence, and long for the music to start again, and for the disc to spin again, even if it means going round and round for many more years. For at least we would be moving, and Joel would be laughing here on earth, and not only in heaven. But in this space, I sense his silence is only because he is drawing his breath. And now we know love and longing, empty and full, all in one moment. And I am grateful that we loved him well, and that we miss him well. And I hope that in the Lord's next breath, he will whisper his love song to you, his beloved, and that you will know him differently and more deeply. But now, we grieve in silence, yet not without his presence.
Weg ist er wieder.
I remember you. I love it here. I bet you would like it too. Look at all of these pancakes. Did you ever see pancakes like this? The big as me. The big ones is for me. A little ones is for my dog. I always wanted a dog, and now I got one. I even got to name him Manju. Whoa, Bubbles? I love Bubbles. Manju's down to catch a bubble. He likes to bite them. Look, I can catch one. Oh, more bubbles. I love the bubbles. Do you see a rainbow in a pebble? Come here, Manju. Have another pancake. I can eat wherever I want. I never fall.
Was ein... Ich weiß nicht, was ich dazu sagen soll. Absolut geiles Spiel. Das muss mega... Das muss doch mega gewesen sein. Also allein die Strapazen nochmal, das alles nochmal zu durchleben für die Eltern. Allein um das Spiel zu machen. In diesem Sinne. Ich war's, Mystic Melody von Purai Taimu. Bis dann und ciao.